Do you know Dr. B.R. Ambedkar?
Oh,
Final question, sir. I asked to you because you were an activist, and how can you save the democracy in India and other countries? Final question, sir. In your country and America and other foreign country get the discrimination of racism, but in Indian country get the discrimination of caste basis. So what do you think? Do you think that it is a similar matter to in India caste and your foreign racism? Great state and obviously the dictatorships. Always dictatorship is the public. As you same in your country.
look, I know that the analysis of CPIML.
The biggest party of this country, BJP, he's always attack on the country, is always attack on the constitution, and without constitution, not give a right of the public and people. So what do you say this? All of you, we are coming on the stage, and now the foreign icons we available. I don't know what is he. Let's go to talk and let's go to know about him. Sir, first of all, give me introduction. Introduction.
My name is Sam, and I'm an activist with a party called Socialist Alliance in Australia.
You are activist?
I'm an activist, yes.
Sir, first of all, my questions, there was a biggest lot of people available on the ground. So what do you say and what do you think? First of all, give me.
Well, first it's very impressive to see this level of dedication, and to know that many of these people have walked for days to get here. For people who are quite poor, that shows an immense level of motivation.
The biggest party of this country, BJP, he's always attack on the country, is always attack on the constitution, and without constitution, not give a right of the public and people. So what do you say this?
Look, everywhere in the world,
of course.
When it comes to your democratic rights, if you don't use them, you lose them. Okay? You always have to fight for them, and even the democratic rights that we have, which are still limited in my opinion, both in India and in Australia, we have to campaign and fight to maintain them. But ultimately, because I have an anti-capitalist vision for the world, to really extend democracy, to make democracy profound and real, as well as to achieve lasting wealth redistribution, and to confront the climate crisis. We need to bring commanding heights of the economy into democratic control. That is to say, we need a socialist future.
Sir, you are activist, and as an activist, there was the biggest responsibility on your shoulder. The public, the leader in Indian country, biggest leader. So first of all, BJP is a great state, and obviously the dictatorships. Always dictatorship is the public. As you same in your country.
Look, I know that the analysis of CPIML is that if it is not opposed, then the dynamic of the Modi government would lead to fascism. I'm not an expert on Indian politics, so that's for you to decide.
You understand Indian politics?
Yeah, but that's to make those assessments is up to you. But what I can say is that democratic rights are under attack in our country. So there's been increasing attacks on the right to protest.
Sir, do you know Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Lord Buddha?
No, I don't know it.
In Indian country.
Do I know?
Do you know Dr. B.R. Ambedkar?
Oh, I know of him, and I have recently bought one of his books to read, and I would like to read it. I was struck by his description about the necessity to annihilate caste, and I thought I need to understand more about this.
Sir, I tell you, sir, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is a father of constitution. He is read the constitution of Indian country.
That I know, yes, yeah. So I know that much. I know that much. But for people from the West, caste is a very mysterious concept. Okay.
In your country, racism, that is the biggest.
Yeah.
Racism.
I guess so. It's those sorts of highly codified social divisions do happen more around race in a country like Australia. That is true. And so that is how I seek to explain it to other Australians, by way of example, so that they can understand how social division can be so entrenched. Yes, that's right.
One question. In your country and America and other foreign country get the discrimination of racism, but in Indian country get the discrimination of caste basis. So what do you think? Do you think that it is a similar matter to in India caste and foreign racism?
It's similar but different.
Yeah.
That's right. But
How can you differ?
different in the sense that in Australia it's not as developed or complex as it is in India. Certainly, our Aboriginal people, like Adivasi in India, our Aboriginal people have been subject to very brutal race-based discrimination. And that can be true of new migrants to Australia as well. The other thing that makes our society a bit like a caste society is the fact that in the imperialist countries of the global north, citizenship is a marker of privilege. You know, and that's an oppressive ideology that many people in the West, including working people in the West, internalise. So in that sense, you could say we have elements of caste, but of course every national context is different. Every country's history is different. But what I think is similar as well is that the struggle of the most oppressed people has to be at the centre of the movement for liberation. If not, it will fail.
But the caste is always growing all over the world, sir.
Perhaps that's true. I'm not qualified to say if it's growing all over the world, but I would say that there are elements of it all over the world. Yeah.
So, final question, sir. I asked to you because you were an activist, and how can you save the democracy in India and other countries? Final question, sir.
By being active, you have to get out and defend your rights. No hero is going to come and save us. You have to do it. I have to do it. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
तो देखा, मैं इनसे बात किया, साफ बात किया कि क्या आप डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर को जानते हैं, तो ये बोले कि हाँ, मैं डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर को जानता हूँ। और मैं इनसे ये भी पूछा कि जो इतना बड़ा भीड़ गांधी मैदान में जुटा हुआ है इंडिया में, आपको किस तरह से देख रहे हैं? तो बोल रहे हैं कि मैं जो लेफ्ट पार्टी जिस तरह से काम कर रही है इंडिया में और फॉरेन में, इससे लग रहा है कि जो भारत में जो लोकतंत्र है वो बचेगा। इसके अलावा मैं इनसे ये भी किया कि आप एक्टिविस्ट हैं, एक्टिविस्ट होने के नाते जो भारत में जातिवाद होता है और दूसरे देशों में कलर के आधार पर, रंग के आधार पर भेदभाव किया जाता है, उसको आप किस तरह से देख रहे हैं? तो ये कहा कि दोनों हद तक सेम है लेकिन कुछ अंतर है। वहाँ रंग के लेकर के लोगों को मारा जाता है, पीटा जाता है, और यहाँ जात के देख के लोगों को मारा जाता है, पीटे जाता है। हम ज़्यादा इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में नहीं जानते हैं, लेकिन हाँ, ये हद तक सिमिलर है। लेकिन इसके अलावा मैं मोदी से कहा कि मोदी जी के बारे में बात किया कि भारत के सबसे बड़ा पार्टी बीजेपी है, और बीजेपी इस तरह से किस तरह से लोगों को मोनोपलाइज करते हैं, इनके जो राइट्स है वो छीन लेती है। तो ये बोले कि जो यहाँ के जो पार्टियां हैं उनके बारे में तो ज़्यादा जानकारी नहीं रखता हूँ, लेकिन अगर सारे लोग यहाँ लड़ेंगे एकजुट होकर के तो यहाँ की डेमोक्रेसी बढ़ सकती है। और मैं आखिरी इनसे सवाल किया कि लोकतंत्र को किस तरह से बचा सकता है, तो बोले कि मैं जो एज ए एक्टिविस्ट मैं अपना काम करूँगा और आप एज ए मीडिया अपना काम करें, तभी लोकतंत्र बचेगा। बाकी आप क्या सोचते हैं, अपनी प्रतिक्रिया दीजिए। हमारे चैनल पर पहली बार आए तो हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, वीडियो को लाइक करें, शेयर करें। मिलते हैं अगले खबरों के साथ, तब तक जय भीम, जय भारत।
अगर यह वीडियो आप हमारे YouTube चैनल पर देख रहे हैं तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, वीडियो को लाइक करें और शेयर करें। अगर आप यह वीडियो हमारे फेसबुक पेज पर देख रहे हैं तो पेज को फॉलो करें और वीडियो शेयर ज़रूर करें। अपनी प्रतिक्रिया नीचे कमेंट बॉक्स में दें।